Yeah. Still kind of waking up. Shangri-La. Wow, we're almost done with this. We're jumping right into it. Morishige. Try stretching first. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna be right back really quick. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Get something to drink before I do all this reading. Morishige. Oh, so they are starting with this guy. This is Mayu's friend. The weird guy.
校舎の壁を白く照らし出す。ここは無人だ。ただ、俺と彼女だけがいる。
Thank you.
またここに来てしまった。
Oh my gosh. I was acutely aware that the hand in which I held my cell phone had begun sweating, and my breathing had become uncomfortably heavy. I was getting steadily more excited, and it was all because of her. The perfect flower, brightly adorning the wall with its myriad colors, such was the departed female form spread before me. Is this Mayu he's looking at? Because her stomach is like, you can kind of see it right here. When I first encountered her, it took me several moments just to comprehend what I was seeing. I'd never beheld a person with such grievous injuries before. I'm not even certain the word injuries could apply in this situation.
どんな精神状態なら同じ人間をここまでできるんだ。
I was certain this action had been wrought by human hands, largely because both of her arms had been nailed to the wall with construction-grade linchpins. This may not be her. This may be another girl, because I don't think she was nailed to the wall. Mayu was just squashed. I don't think she was nailed to the... Oh. I don't know. Maybe it was her. It is her because she was squashed in the last game. This game they did something different, huh? Yeah. The ghost ripped her open this game. So it might be her, yeah. Based slowly on the dugout, yeah, it's her. Based slowly on the dugout abdomen, seemingly with the use of tools. Intestines lie on the floor, the smashed eyeballs and exposed jaw. One might think she's been torn apart by wild animals, but the linchpins and the faint traces of body handprints here prove otherwise.
だがこの造形はどうだ。これには誰かの意志が、情熱が宿っているじゃないか。
He's admiring it. The blood that splattered far and wide, shone in my flash like a bright red flame, and whole chunks of flesh were strewn about like flower petals. He's describing it like it's poetry or something. Like it's poetic. This flayed, eviscerated corpse with arms cut out stretched and nailed to the wall brought to mind images of Jesus nailed to the cross. Man. And she was even purer than that. There was no self-sacrifice here, no lesson to be taught. Whoever did this clearly had fun with it. They enjoyed killing her. They enjoyed destroying her.
確かに動物の中には食うためでなく遊びのために他の動物を殺し死体を放置する者もいる。ライオンやサルやイルカのように社会性の高い動物の群れでは差別や虐待もある。
He's twisted.
だが、そういう他者への攻撃衝動を作品にまで高められるのは人間だけだ。
But we gotta find out what happened to this guy. We were wondering who it was gonna be next. We don't really know what happened to him. Exactly. Oh my gosh.
本当にそれだけの理由か。
My internal monologue. Ooh. He's just, and you hear the music playing, it's so you can imagine how he's feeling right now. Like it's magical to him. You know this voice actor? What was it about this girl that fascinated me? Witnessing the aftermath of a murderer's actions did provide a certain freeing sense of childlike helplessness, to be sure. But why had she in particular stricken my fancy? Because it's Mayu.
ここは死者のパーティー会場みたいな場所だ。凄惨な遺体は他にいくらでもある。それなのに。
Here we go. This whole school was like a corpse party. The moment I first laid eyes on her will stay with me always. Not just the sight, but the smell too, hanging in the air like steam after a hot bath. She was young, junior or senior high age. That's about all I could determine. Her uniform was tattered and soaked through with blood, and there was no student ID tag to be found. The only reason I believed her to be a she, in fact, was due to the presence of a makeup bag and ornate tortoiseshell jewelry case on the ground nearby.
どこの誰かもわからない。こんな死体になぜ俺は。教えてくれ。君は誰なんだ。
The alarm on my cell phone sounded as if an answer.
もうそんな時間か。
A production of The Barber of Seville was airing on the MHK Educational Network that evening, and Mayu had asked me to record it for her. Being away from my TV at the time, I'd set a few reminder alarms on my phone to sound at regular intervals beforehand. Mayu was most renowned for her love of sweets and accessories and such, and I often wondered if anyone else knew just how much she enjoyed the works of Rossini.
眉を探さないと。あいつは俺がついてないとダメなんだ。
I don't even think a doctor would help him. This guy's he's so far gone. A bright and beautiful Mayu, beloved by all who knew her. I was the only one aware of the weakness that lay within her heart. Therefore, I was the only one who could truly protect her.
そういえば、持田の妹。あの子はどうしているだろうな。さっき俺はついあの子を追い回して怖がらせてしまった。
I adored watching her run for dear life. It was an act befitting a psychopath. God. Yet I am no such thing. Why then did I glean such joy from it? I simply found her frail, cowering countenance to be irresistibly precious. The sight of an overwhelmingly weak person standing before me utterly helpless and alone elated my very soul. The sensation was nearly orgasmic. Yet this was a friend's sister. For all the torment I'd caused, I certainly intended no harm. Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. This guy is messed up, man. The perceived threat I represented just spawned such panic and horror within her that I couldn't help myself. Thinking back upon it still makes me smile.
まるで自分の中で別の自分が目覚めつつあるような、そんな感覚だ。
Oh, you looked his name up? Morishige Corpse Party.
ダメだ。こんなのは俺らしくない。この悪夢みたいな場所のせいか。
Indeed, this wouldn't do at all. If I were to return to the real world with Mayu and the others without first discarding the new me, I would no longer be able to live the way I did before.
携帯に保存した画像や動画は全て消しておかないと。彼女の姿も。
He's saying how he should erase all the pictures and movies before he leaves this place. Episode 5. Mitsuki.
やっぱもろに落としちゃった。平気かな携帯。最悪、ストラップ壊れたし。ここにも誰もいない。みんなどこにいるんだろう。ついさっきまで生徒会室にいたのに。やっぱりあの幸子さんのおまじないが原因なのかな。ここはどう考えてもいつもの学校の中じゃない。生徒会の仲間とクラスメート数人で例のおまじないをして、多分私は貧血か何かで気を失ってしまったんだと思う。目が覚めたらこんな気味が悪いところにいた。友達の姿はどこにもなかった。最初は瞳子たちのいたずらだと思ったんだけど、どうもそんな雰囲気じゃない。
So these are some other students.
怒っても叫んでも、さすがに怖くなってもうやめてと頼んでも誰一人現れない。なんだか悪い夢を見ているみたいだ。むしろ夢であってほしいと心から思う。一人でこんなところにいるなんて我慢できない。とにかく誰かに会いたくてたまらない。せめて私の名前を呼んでほしい。
Careful what you wish for.
私は山本美月。白檀高等学校の2年生で生徒会の初期。私はここにいるよ。
Mitsuki. The door is frozen in place. It's just a decoration on the wall.
ここも窓と同じで開かない。どうなってんのもう。
I'm not going to accomplish anything by standing in one place. I need to keep looking for my friends.
美月さん。誰？俺だよ、黒崎。
黒崎？どこ？
We were in the same hallway, but separated by a huge hole in the floor. Still, I'd finally found someone. Kurosaki, a classmate of mine. 2-4. After being alone in here, all this time, finally, a friend. I could barely contain my exuberance.
黒崎！やっぱ無事だったんだね。よかった。
美月さんも大丈夫だった？怪我とかしてない？
So there has been two groups of students that we've been really interacting with. The main group and these guys, Kurosaki, like this class. Kurosaki ends up getting killed, I believe, by The guy that was chasing Yuka.
私は平気。黒崎、みんなは？
わからないんだ。俺もさっき気がついたばっかで。大地、どうして自分がこんなとこにいるんだかも。
だよね。私たち生徒会室にいたよね。なのにどうしてこんなボロい学校に？気絶してる間に誰かに連れてこられたってこと？
かもしんないけど、こんなことするやつなんて。
まともじゃないよ。黒崎見た？ここって。
死体だろ？見たよ。人生初の体験だよ。リアルでしょんべん漏らしかけたぜ。
やだ下品。
だけどマジでヤバいと思う。早くキザミやフクロイたち探してここを脱出しないと。
Kizami. That's the one that ends him. Kurosaki carefully inched closer to the hole in the corridor bit by bit and took a good long look inside.
そんな穴ピョンって飛んでこっち来ちゃいなよ。あんた野球部だしスポーツ得意でしょ？
無理だって。陸上部ならまだしも。
使えない。そのうち補欠に回されちゃうんじゃん。
厳しいな。美月さんらしいっちゃらしいけど、とりあえずどっか遠回りしてそっちに行ける道がないか探してみるよ。
ちょっと。
そこで待ってて美月さん。ついでに他の連中も探してくるからさ。
そんな慌てなくていいって。しばらくここにいてよ。一人にしないでよ。私性格きついからな。普段クラスでも生徒会でも姉子ポジションっていうか。やっぱエミみたいにおとなしい子じゃないと男子から女の子扱いされないか。やっぱり県外。こういう時こそ使いたいのに。
The time displayed on my phone read 2909.
時計もおかしい。さっき落とした時にどっか壊しちゃったかな。遅いな黒崎。何にもなきゃいいけど。
おーい、誰かいるか？
黒崎？ここだよ。こっち。黒崎。
All this yelling in here. They need to stop.
その声は美月か？
黒い。
よかった。探したぞ美月。
It was Masato Fukuroi, my classmate of mine and student council president. He always had a scowl on his face and dug his heels into the ground on everything. But right now, his cold obstinance was as welcome as could be.
黒い、無事だったんだね。よかった。
Wait, wasn't that exactly the same thing I said to Kurosaki? I really need some new material.
気がついたらこんなとこだし、黒崎いなくなっちゃうし、さすがに泣きそうだったよ。
なんだよ。いつもの美月らしくないな。健介も一緒なのか？
He's blushing.
その穴の向こう側にいたんだけど、こっちへ来る道なくってさ、迂回路を探しに行っちゃった。
そうか。あいつは考える前に行動するタイプだからな。
フクロイの方はトウコたちには会えてないの？
ああ、大川や片山も見つからなかった。刻みも。
刻みくんは平気でしょ。
まあな。あいつみたいに体力も精神力もある人間ならこんな状況でも。
Yeah, these are different students.
とりあえず黒崎と合流して、それからみんなを探そう。
じゃあ俺たちもこっち側から迂回できる道を探してみるか。
大丈夫かな。私たちがここ離れてる間に黒崎が来たら。
その時はあいつがここで待っていてくれるさ。むしろ健介と俺たち両方で迂回路を探せば合流が早くなるかもしれない。それに探してるうちに他のみんなと会えるかもしれないだろ。
そうだね。ここでじっとしてても始まらないし、トウコたちのことも心配だし。
ああ、一刻も早く全員の無事を確認しないとな。
The door to the art room is locked. All right, freedom. There's a large hole in the floor here. It won't be possible to go any further down the hall. So we can't go that way. Only way is down. Yep. And they're all separated too. Naho is hugely responsible for a lot of these people being in here. The first things I noticed when entering the room were a stack of candles and a box of matches right in front of my eyes. Had someone left these behind?
これまだ湿気ってなければ使えるんだけど。火ついてくれるかな。
I struck one of the matches alongside the box, and a red flame flickered into being. I propped up one of the loose candles and placed the burning match against its wick.
こうしておけば、少なくとも生きてる人間がいることはわかるはずよね。
I decided it would be best to take the remaining candles and the box of matches with us, just in case we needed them. Uh-oh, what are we gonna need these for?
フクロイン見て、ここに何か。
Something small was firmly jammed between two of the keys of the piano. It seemed to be wedged in with tremendous force, making it impossible to move either of the surrounding keys.
確かに何かあるが、取れそうにないな。
We needed something we could fit in the tiny space between the keys in order to pop it out. There were words scrawled above the portraits on the wall. It wasn't an accident. It was suicide. The school covered it up. The seal must be undone. This tragedy must not be allowed to spread any farther. god. It's a student right here. What's this? A memo pad, presumably belonged to the deceased girl. It looks like she was using it to chronicle her experiences in the school. The letters are written in pink ink. I did the Sachiko ritual with Nozomi and the others. And then all of a sudden, I was out like a light. When I came to, I was here, surrounded by corpse. I can't even say how many times I vomited. I want to go home. We three have to stick together. If we don't, I think we're as good as dead. Like that high school student we met yesterday. There's nothing left to eat in here. I think we've been here a week now, but it's hard to say for sure. I really want to take a bath and brush my teeth too. The three of us talked it over and decided to eat that dead body. It was tough and bloody and felt and tasted so wrong. Rena soldiered through, but Nozomi threw up. He came again. Nozomi was injured. Now she'll just get in our way. Rena was crying, but I'm just hungry. Nozomi's not coming. I think she's been killed already. Oh well. If Rena comes, I know what I have to do. That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
何の箱だろう。
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know about this. It's locked. Can't even get it. Yeah. She ate her friends. Well, they ate a body, but I feel like she ate her friend afterwards. Because she's like, I'm just hungry. We talked amongst ourselves and we decided to eat the body. It's crazy. A decomposed human cranium occupies the top left cubby of this shelf. It mustn't have been easy to make it fit, as there are tiny pieces of flesh and scalp tissue along the frame. The only standout injury is to the jaw, which is clearly smashed in, giving the face an eerie, unnatural expression. Based on what's left of its facial features, and the cut of its hair. This was likely a male middle school student. Looking closely, something seems to have been shoved in his mouth.
なんか口の奥にあるみたい。
That's all right. Let's get it. Yes.
口の中に何かあるのは見えるんだけど、さすがにね
俺が調べてみるよ。うちが手を這う感触ってのはそう気立つな。
Fukuroi dug inside the mouth of the severed head for a few moments, then finally withdrew his hand. I think it always is dark here, yeah. He was gripping something tightly between his now foul-smelling, discolored, and dully glistened fingers.
はい、ティッシュ使って。
ああ、助かる。これは何かの鍵みたいだな。
It's a key. After thoroughly wiping off the maggots and bits of rotting flesh from the item Fukuroi produced from the head looked like a classic look of an old copper key. So we got a key. I can't even tell what this is. He said it was a boy, but it's just red. I can't even tell what that is. Where should we go? Oh, it seems darker on these stairs for some reason. They said it was a skull. Like a helmet. They said it was a skull, but I couldn't see the skull. Alright, so we got the key. The door's locked.
さっきの鍵で開けられないかな。
Let's use the key.
よかった。開いたみたい。
There's nothing in here, really. It's faint, almost invisible from a distance, but there appears to be a painting of a white rose on the canvas. Or maybe it's just a water stain. It's a portrait of a girl with long black hair, but her face has been completely blotted out with the red paint. It's a still life depicting hydrangeas. There's a palette knife placed between the canvas.
これ何かに使えるかな？
I guess we can take it. Yeah. You never know when you might need something like this.
何これ？
絵の具じゃなさそうだな。
She's saying like all these items in this room just like decoration, like they're not even real. Even that shelf looks fake, like it's just there. We can use this item that we picked up to get the thing out of the piano. This right here. Because there was something in the piano earlier.
フクロイン見て、ここに何か。
確かに何かあるが、取れそうにないな。
We needed something we could fit in their tiny space. Yeah.
そうだ、パレットナイフなら隙間に入るんじゃない？
Fukuroi took the palette knife in hand and started digging between the keys of the piano with it, in an attempt to dislodge whatever was stuck. It took a lot more effort than expected, and created an unpleasant scraping sound that kind of hurt my ears, but ultimately...
よし、出てきたぞ。
鍵だ。さっきの図工室の鍵とは形も大きさも違うね。
Fukuroi handed me the small key, which I immediately pocketed. So we got a key. I think this was locked earlier. Right?
何の箱だろう？
It's locked, yeah.
さっきの鍵で開かないかな？
The key turned without any resistance, and the heavy glass door opened right up. I removed the rectangular box from inside and marveled at the feel of the wood.
開けてみよっか。
危険なものではなさそうだな。
なんかあっても恨みっこなしだよ。
心配するな。仮に中身が爆弾でも、美月なら構わないよ。
Why would he say bomb? Like, what? Why would you say that?
それって女の子のセリフじゃん。
I couldn't believe I just laughed. I guess Fukuroi's overtly serious deadpan reactions had become a source of strength for me. I can't even describe how grateful I was just to have him here. He was like a pillar of strength. With that in mind, I fearlessly opened the Palawina box. Inside, wrapped in silk, was a small wooden board, inked with calligraphy.
なんだろう。お墓にあるやつに似てる。
それは外場。これは木札といってお札の一種だな。ごまで燃やしたりするやつだ。
I wasn't particularly well versed in Buddhist practices, but in a place like this, any sort of protective charm seemed like a good thing to have. So it's some kind of charm. Oh, it's a grave tag. Interesting. This is sad. Like, look how this person died. What is this? Like they were running away from something. The girl's bathroom entrance is covered in protective charms and seems to be shut up tight, so we can't enter the bathroom. Oh, good eye, good catch. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, it's at 0. The atmosphere feels heavier here than it does anywhere else. Why is the bathroom all tagged up like this? And the door is covered in protective charms and seems to be shut tight. It's not even locked. It just won't open.
さっき拾った木札で何とかできないかな。
Ooh.
やはり扉のお札と木札の文様はよく似てるな。でもどうしたらいいのか。
投げつけてみたら。
そんな罰当たりな。とりあえず置いてみるか。
Fukuroi did exactly that, and after only a few moments, there was a notable change in the air. Then all of a sudden, the grave tag emitted a bright blue light, and the door was engulfed in flames.
大変だ、火事になっちゃう。
So it worked.
落ち着け。よく見てみろ。
I had already turned to run, but at Fukuroi's urging, I turned back. And I have to admit, what I saw defied my expectations and explanations as well. The flames weren't actually engulfing the door, but rather just the protective paper charms affixated to it. The door, the wall, and the floor were untouched. After several seconds of burning, the paper charms were completely vaporized, and the flames dutifully vanished, as if they were never even there. I guess we can enter now. This is divine punishment. Repent through death. That's all that's written here. Man, it's this bathroom again. I don't know. Every time we end up in the girl's bathroom, like something ridiculous happens. Think Sachiko's inside?
ここから中の様子が確かめられそう。
You mean because it was sealed? Maybe? Every time we go in this bathroom, it's something to do with like... Wait, she... Uh-oh. There's something in there.
この穴から中が見えるかも。
おい美月。
I put my... Why would you do that, Mitsuki? I put my eye up to the hole. And I saw the telltale glint of another eye staring back at me from within.
どうした？
誰かが中にこっち見てた。
そんなバカな。下からは足が見えないぞ。俺が確認してみる。
Mm.
フクロイ、どうしたの？ちょっと平気？フクロイ！嘘でしょ？
Fukuroi fell on his side, and as soon as I could see his face, I noticed his right glass's lens was cracked, and his right eye was bloody. On closer inspection, I noticed a hole in the lens, as if a small stick or a flat needle had been instantaneously driven deep into his eye.
フクロイってば！起きて！起きてよ！
There was no hint of a response. He just kept subtly convulsing, as if he'd been electrocuted. How had this happened? What was going on?
女子トイレに男子が入っちゃいけないんだよ。何をあんた？
It's Yuki. She stabbed his eye. The stall door opened, revealing a little girl with an eerie blue glow about her. She looked around grade school age, 5th or 6th grader maybe. One of her eyes had been completely pulverized, but her face showed no indication of pain whatsoever. Rather, it had a certain stoic quality to it. It was unreadable. Most disturbing of all, however, was the object she held in her right hand. It was an awl or an ice pick, or some such thing with a bloody, dripping blade.
お姉ちゃんが男子を女子トイレに入れたの？待って、私！
Just say no. Oh. Or before I had a chance to even answer, the girl leapt from the stall with blinding speed.
いけないんだよ。
Reacting as quickly as I could, I threw my arms in front of my face and almost immediately felt the ice pick blade pierce right into it. Not just once, but twice, 3 times. It dug deep into my arm, my palm, my shoulder. I had to run. But she wasn't about to let me. She just quietly kept hacking away, working her way up and down the entire length of my arm. Bit by bit, my skin and flesh was chipped away until finally the ice pick completely penetrated my palm and began boring into my cheek. Eventually, my ear was hacked apart. And then I was scalped so thoroughly that I could hear the sound of my skin peeling away within my remaining ear. There was nothing in the world but pain at this point. I couldn't focus on anything else if I wanted to. My vision was blank, and I honestly couldn't tell if it's because I had my eyes closed or if I simply didn't have eyes anymore. I only knew for sure that I was still being hacked apart because I could hear it. The pain gave no indication, as it was already omnipresent. I begged for mercy several times in vain before I finally just started praying that this agony would come to an end. Please, God. I'll endure whatever trials lie ahead with open arms if you'll just save me. I beg you, please make it stop. I guess we should not have looked in that hole. Wrong in 3. I think it was here. Yeah. Yeah, it's Yuki.
ここから中の様子も確かめられそう。
She killed us. Nah, don't look in there. Maybe we should just leave. The water in the basin is brown and thick. The drain must be completely stopped up. Was that the only one here?
ここから中の様子が確かめられそう。
There's a body hanging from the ceiling. Is this... Who is that? Is this Seiko? No, because she is completely decomposed. No, it's not her. Wait, what is this? 3A loves. Japanese studies teacher. Just die already, you pervert. It's just writings. Like, We can't go that way either.
穴？ここから中の様子が確かめられそう。
It's the boys' room. Let's go to. We have a key. Trying to figure out where we use this key at. The door to the staff room is locked. There's a spirit here.
人玉！ちょっとマジ？やばい。足震えてきた。
君はまだ生きているね。もし1秒でも長く生きていたいのなら、誰も信じちゃいけない。誰もだよ。
I wonder if this is him.
君はもし誰もだよ。
Not a single one. Alright, we can't go here. We can't. There's another spirit. Do you know what lies beneath the school? It's a mire of agony and torment that can drive a man to madness with a single touch. Okay. We're missing something. There's something we're missing. Whoa. It looks like a key from an old-fashioned wind-up toy.
ただのネジ巻きだね。
だが何のネジを巻くものなんだろうな。大きさからするとおもちゃのものにも見えるが。
一応持っとこうか。何かに使えるかもしれないし。
誰かが僕の頭を盗んだ。取り戻して。
What?
僕はあんたたちの力になれるかもしれない。
Maybe I can help some of you if you do.
どうする？
No. What? What is she talking about?
ああ、参ったな。心霊現象なんて信じていなかったが、 これ以上ない証拠を目の当たりにしてしまった。
じゃなくて、この人の頼み聞くかってこと。どうしよう。私たちも友達探してるけど、この人も困ってるみたい。
I don't think so, Mitsuki. Alright? No.
助けになってあげたいけど、私たちただの高校生だし。
しかし美月、
無理だよ。自分たちだってどうなるかわからないのに。
Mitsuki.
そうだな。健介たちとの合流を最優先に考えよう。すまない。今の俺たちじゃ力になれそうにない。ここを出たら必ず警察に連絡するから、それまで辛抱してくれ。
He told the spirit to sit tight for the police.
待ってくれ。僕の頭を見つければ、君たちの役に立つものが。
I don't know. What do you think? I don't trust that thing. I don't trust the red ones. The blue ones, maybe, you know, we'll talk to. I don't trust the red ones. We got a key.
Ana? ここから中の様子が確かめられそう。この穴、何か意味がありそうだけど、どうする？
Working on a hunch, I took the wind-up key from my pocket and tried sticking it in the hole. It was a perfect fit. I then tried turning it, and with just a little bit of force, I spun 180 degrees. It spun 180 degrees to the right and produced a loud click.
ねじ巻きじゃなか
So
ったのか
it
な。
opened.
何かのスイッチみたいな。
スイッチ？特に変化はないみたいだが。
待って、穴から。
It was as if on cue, a single hairline stream of blood began oozing out from behind the wind-up key. It slowly wended its way down the floor, down the door, and formed a gloppy pool at its base. The whole room then filled with a pungent odor all at once.
この匂いってなんだか。
ん？
なんでもない。
Another earthquake, really?
地震か！収まったみたいだな。
ビビったー。こんなボロい建物、いつ崩れてもおかしくないよ。
ああ、早く外に出ないと危険だな。
I think that's it for here. Huh. So that looked like it turned a switch or something. I don't know what it did though. Maybe it opened the door. The exit door is rattling with the rain and wind. It seems like it's a perfectly normal, openable door now.
見て、袋井、外に出られそう。
マユ、いるか？ここにもいないか。マユ、一体どこに？ また人が死んでいる。本当にどうなっているんだこの学校は。こんな場所で舞を一人にしておけない。ゆい先生か持田あたりと一緒にいてくれればいいが。
It's a corpse that's only just started to decay. Hey, potato. I like that emoji. She used to be a junior high school girl. And from the looks of it, she was completely cut in half. Oh my gosh.
これはひどい。人間の体を脊椎ごと真っ二つにするなんて。日本刀みたいな刃物か。そうでなきゃ何か機械の力でも借りないことには。飛沫血痕がこっち側に散ってるから刃物は体の前から入ったのか。何かあるの？
I noticed a notebook, particularly partially jutting out from her pocket. It was one of those cat-themed spiral notebooks. That's all the rage with teenagers these days.
この建物から出る手がかりでもあるかもしれない。すまないが読ませてもらおう。
I have no idea why we've been trapped here. But at least we're all here together. Mr. Gatto's presence makes us all feel a little bit more at ease. Without an adult around, I don't think we could handle any of this. Mr. Goto seems more anxious than we are. He says he'll make sure we all get home safely. But his temperament just keeps getting worse. He's usually so cool, but lately he's just gotten kind of scary. Wait, what happened? Okay. Where was I? Hiroko, Erisa, and the others are getting really fed up with him. Mr. Goto is so unfair. He keeps playing favorites with Hiroko. That was the last of our food, too. And I'm the one who stopped Hiroko and Norika from fighting. Mr. Goto is dead. What?
手がかりにはならないな。他に何かないのか。なあ君、何か知らないか。死体に話しかけるなんて俺もどうかしてる。しかしおかしなもんだな。こうして人間の死体を前にしても嫌悪感がなくなってきた。この子だって最近まで俺と同じように息をして考え生活していただろうに、今はこんなに臭い肉の塊か。綺麗な顔してるけどこの顔もしばらくしたら腐って見られたもんじゃなくなってしまうんだろうな。
These things he's saying to himself are crazy.
君はそこで何をやってるんだ？
いや、別に何か手がかりでもないかと思って。
そうか。
Oh, it's him.
ごめん。声が聞こえたものだから。僕は田口翔吾。
Taguchi.
見ての通りカメラマンだ。って言っても個展を開くような芸術家タイプじゃないけどね。取材でここに来たんだけど、一緒に来た先生とはぐれてしまって弱ってたんだ。君は？
僕はここに迷い込んでしまったらしくて、今は友達を探しています。
友達ってひょっとしてそこに倒れている？
いえ、これは知らない人です。
そうか、よかったのかな。君の名前を聞いてもいいかい？よければ探してるっていう友達の名前も。
森重作太郎です。探してるのは女の子で鈴本真由。小柄でよく笑う明るい子なんですが。
鈴本ね。
The cameraman named Taguchi suddenly flipped out the LCD screen of his camera and began rewinding through the footage.
何を？
いや、言いにくいんだけど、僕がここに来てから撮った映像に映り込んでないかと思って。後々警察に提出することを考えて、被害者の遺体と身元が分かりそうな、例えば名札なんかを取っておいたんだ。
バカな！バカなことを言わないでください。マユは無事ですよ。
He actually really cares about Maya.
いや、ごめん。安心してくれ。鈴本さんらしい遺体は映像にはなかったよ。しかし君は勇気があるね。だっていくら友達を探すためとはいえ、さっきそこの遺体を念入りに調べてたじゃないか。
あなたもカメラで死体を撮っているじゃないですか。
それがね、カメラマンってのは奇妙なもんで、ファインダー越しなら客観的な立場に徹していられるんだけど、生で見ちゃうと腰が引けちゃうもんなのさ。死体や銃撃に慣れた戦場カメラマンが愛用のカメラが壊れた途端、恐怖で泣き叫び出したなんて話は僕らの間では有名でね。
なるほど。そういうもので。
興味がない話だったかな。僕はどうも口数が多くて、ナホちゃんにいつも。それはそうと、どうだい？この際だから一緒に行動しないか？
いえ、せっかくですが、僕はもうしばらく一人で探してみます。田口さんの足手まといになるのも悪いですから。
Right? Yeah. The only reason this guy wants to be alone is so he can take his pictures. He's like, I'd rather search by myself. Okay.
こんなやかましい人と同行するのはごめんだな。目上の人間と接するのも疲れるし。
そうか。じゃあ後でまた合流するのはどう？ここは磁場か何かのせいで時計が狂ってしまうけど、大体の目安で1時間後にそこの玄関で待ち合わせよう。こんな場所で生きてる人間に会えたんだ。君だって情報交換くらいしたいだろ？
そういうことならわかりました。
オッケー、決まりだ。じゃあ気をつけてね。
So we're in a different part of the school now. Aren't you forgetting something? Be careful on your way home. There are lots of old stationary goods inside, like rusted paper clips, beat up staplers. Not a one of them seems usable or functional. Except perhaps this spool of kite string mixed in with them.
このタコ糸を拾っておくべきか。
Kite string. Open the cabinet door and retrieved kite string from within. Seems good as new. It might come in handy. Another door that's locked. Oh, Mayu.
気のせいか。今。
That was Mayu's voice just now. Another body. University middle school. Oh, here's the candle.
これは委員長のろうそくか。どうやら無事みたいだな。
There's a twisted length of wire inside. The door seems to be busted, so it should be easy enough to pull out.
役に立つかわからないが、拾っておくべきか。まあ、何かに使えるだろう。
just a class newsletter. Though this particular issue seems to be a little more than a rough photocopy of an article from the local newspaper. The only thing to distinguish it from the original printing is a single line at the top that says, "May such tragedy never occur within these walls again." It's already been 1 week since the horrific incident at Heavenly Host Elementary. After much discussion between schools, officials, and members of the PTA, students are being provisionally requested to return from home in groups. In addition, PTA volunteers have been asked to take turns keeping watch over all main roads to and from the school building during morning and afternoon commutes. Other elementary schools across Japan have begun adopting similar policies. So they started becoming more cautious. May the 3 victims of this incident rest in peace, and may their departures help us all realize just how vulnerable we are in this world. If we can learn to better protect our children from harm as a result of this unthinkable crime, then perhaps their deaths would not have been in vain. That's what's crazy, man. These are just little kids. That's twisted. Most likely he was flogged to death by multiple assailants. Alright, I can't go that way, it's blocked. So that's the locker room and pool area. Alright, that one's closed. 4A. This door's locked. All we can do is search everywhere. Ooh. What? It's a more recently deceased corpse. The clothing and general body mass suggests she was a junior high school girl. What is this? There's a note here on the body that's neatly folded 3 times. The 4 of us killed Mr. Goto. So it's one of these students. I talked it over with Hiroko, Arisa, and Norika, and we decided there was no choice. He may be a nice man, but it was only a matter of time before that changed in here. It's hard to trust anyone in a place like this. And now that the deed is done, Hiroko and the others have started second guessing themselves. Now they're dead too. And I'm all alone. There's nothing to eat, and I'm starving. So I tried eating rats and roaches, but that just gave me severe diarrhea. My lips have dried out. I've lost a lot of weight. So I've decided to kill myself before the ghost kids or that hammer-wielding man get me. After all this, I finally realized the time I spent with Mr. Goto, Hiroko, and the others was the best of my life. Goodbye, Dad, Mom, and all my friends from class. Please don't ever forget me. That's horrible, man.
田口さんは来てないの？まだ1時間経ってないのか？
Whoa. It's a fairly fresh corpse. It looks to be a junior high school girl. Her eyeballs seem to have been slashed horizontally with a thin razor-like blade. Oh, it's one of the girls, the students, Arisa. From the notes, it's a notebook. Mr. Goto changed when he came here. Welcome back. Not just his attitude and the way he speaks, but his looks too. It's like he thinks he's the king of the castle, being the only adult and the only man. And he used to be so nice. I don't want him to beat me. So I keep patting him on the head and hugging him. And then he thanks me. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Only thing to do is to search these halls now. There's that door. Wait.
I
Just remember there's a hole right here.
針金とタコ糸でなんとかなるかもしれないな。
Try fishing it out. If I were to bend this wire to the shape of a fishing hook and attach it to the kite string, I thought, then maybe I'd be able to bring whatever it was down there, provided it wasn't too heavy.
太工棒って柄じゃないが、うまくいってくれよ。よし、引っかかった。手応えからすると、そう重いものじゃなさそうだ。
Yeah, this game doesn't hold your hand. I quickly but carefully pulled in the line. Damn. Whatever it was, it fell off the hook before I could bring it back up.
針金の角度が浅かったか。いっそ思い切って下に降りた方が早いかもしれないな。だが危険かもしれないし、どっちの方法を選ぶべきか。
Ooh. Well, we're not going in the hole. Like, we're not going in the hole. Should we go in the hole? Let's see. We're not going in there. Nah.
多少手間取っても安全な方法がいいだろう。もう一度だ。
I mean, we're not gonna get out if we go down there. We're clearly gonna die. Like,
よし、引っ
clearly.
かかった。今度は慎重に引き上げないとな。
I began pulling up the line, slowly and steadily, trying my hardest to shake it. Trying my hardest not to shake it any more than I had to. Finally, I pulled. That's Mayu.
は？学生証、如月学園のだ。眉のだ。まさか下に。眉いるのか。眉
There was no response. And not a single sound or indication of movement. Maybe she wasn't down there after all?
見える範囲に人影はないな。学生証を落としただけなのか。だといいが。
Without even realizing it, I found myself gripping Mayu's student ID tightly, squeezing it in my hands repeatedly, as if to verify its existence. It felt like her ID was entrusted to me, and I absolutely had to get it back to her. It was now my mission.
心配だ。マユ。もしかしたら怪我でもして。いや、いけない。前向きに考えるんだ。学生証があるってことは、マユは確実にこの学校のどこかにいるってことだ。地道に探せば、必ず会える。
She already died. He has no idea. That is her ID. It fell down there. Oh.
地震か。大丈夫だろうな、この校舎。田口さんは来てないな。まだ1時間経ってないのか。
He's still not here. Where is this guy at, man?
さっきの地震、何だったんだろうね。
わからない。ただ床や壁の傷や穴の様子がさっきと違うってことは確かだ。
袋井、私怖いよ。
気を強く持たないと。いつもの強気な美月はどうしたんだ。
Chips and sour cream. Sounds good.
.今、人の声しなかった？
いや、気づかなかったな。
下から聞こえた。行ってみよう、袋井。
待てよ、せっかちなやつだな。
Why is she running off by herself? Why is she running off by her? Someone explain this to me. Why did they keep doing this?
Mitsuki!
Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
すまない。怪我はないか。
You brought the chips to the corpse party. Nice.
大丈夫だから。こっちこそごめん。
いや、俺、僕の方こそよそ見してたから。
Oh, that's what she looks like. This is the girl. Do you remember her? She was the one who was first game. She died. She was like, I think she got killed by that guy. Kizami. The girl that I just run into was wearing a school uniform. I hadn't encountered her before. And standing next to her was a boy who had a half-irritated look on his face, but was offering the girl a hand anyway. He was wearing his school jacket, and she was not, so I couldn't tell for certain, but they definitely came across as classmates, or at least schoolmates. Yeah, she was a girl we saw in the first game who got killed. I remember her face now.
君は他校の生徒だな。一人なのか？
She just kept running from us. We didn't know why until and then we found her dead.
森重作太郎、如月学園の2年だ。
2年なら俺たちと同じだな。俺は白檀高等学校の袋井正人。こっちは
山本美月。よろしくね。作太郎ってすごい名前だね。文豪っぽいっていうか。
ああ、昔からよくからかわれる。
ごめん。でも私は好きだけどな。
He doesn't like when people talk about his name. That was something in his bio I read before. And she just made fun of his name, kinda.
美月、初対面でぶしつけだろ。森重くんが困ってる。
いや、構わないよ。
何かあったの森重くん？
え？
だってなんか暗いから。ってこんな場所で明るかったら逆にキモいんだけど。
いや、別にそういうわけじゃ。ただ、人を探しているんだ。
He's worried about Mayu.
森重くんも？私たちも友達とはぐれちゃったみたいで探してるんだ。
君は誰を探しているんだい？
クラスメイトの鈴本真由っていう女子を探している。小柄で明るい。あ、この子なんだけど。
Settling remembering that I fished her student ID out of that pit, I withdrew it from my pocket and showed it to both of them.
ちょっと心当たりがないな。美月はどうだ？
私も会ってないかな。役に立てなくてごめんね。
いいんだ。この学生証を拾ったから校内のどこかにいると思う。自分で探すよ。
一人で？危なくない？
よかったら森重くんも俺たちと一緒に行動しないか？鈴本さんを探すのを俺たちも手伝うから。
参ったな。持田たちならともかくこんな知らない連中と。だがまあ悪い奴らじゃなさそうだ。こっちの袋井ってやつは頭も良さそうだからギャーギャー騒ぐこともないだろう。それに断るのも面倒だしな。わかった。よろしく頼むよ。
それじゃあどうしようか。
Alright, we're getting somewhere. Where should we go? It's best not leave before the meeting. Okay, so I can't go that way. Let's go upstairs. This room's locked too.
血がこれほど流れてるってことは、生きてる間に手足を粉々にされたんだな。ひどいことをする。血痕がこう続いているから、ここでまず倒されて足をやられたのか。そして這って逃げようとしたところをもう片方の足か。かなり念入りに何度も潰されて、骨がグズグズになったろうな。痛みで抵抗できなくなったところで両腕を叩き折ったわけか。死因は失血性ショックか。気の毒に。相当な激痛だったろうから失禁しているのも無理はない。
Looking closely at the girl's face, something seemed off. It didn't take long to realize what it was. She had no tongue.
舌を切り取ったのか。猟奇殺人犯、いわゆるサイコキラーは殺人の後に記念品を持ち去ることが多いらしいが、舌は何の象徴なんだろうな。ちっ、こんなことをする変質者がうろついているのか。ますます眉が心配だ。
That one's locked too. A lot of locked doors, a lot of dead ends in this school. This was not here before. This girl's body. It's a half decomposed body. He's still in uniform and height. It's a senior high school student. Her head was thrust into the Japanese-style floor toilet, where she most likely drowned.
骸骨の下に何かあるみたい。
これだね。どうやら学級日誌らしい。
すごいね、森重くん。私、死体に触るとか絶対無理。
友達を探すために森重くんだって我慢しているんじゃないか。
We've been lodged under a decaying corpse. The logbook has seen better days. Its pages are warped and stained with blood and other fluids. The class designation 3A is still faintly visible on the cover. However, right, so this is a logbook from class 3A,
どのページから読もう。
which means we may have to go there. We may have to go there after this. It's like a clue. Pool opening. The pool was finally open today. Everybody put on their bathing suits and went for a swim. After some stretches and such. The water was cold and everybody was really having a great time together. Until somebody slipped and fell and hurt himself really badly anyway. Cracked his skull and suffered brain damage. Seems he can't talk like he could before and can't even feed himself anymore.
どのページから読もう
Disaster drills. There are missing letters and numbers all over this page. Some of them seem to have been intentionally erased. August 2nd. It's summer time, but I have school today. At least 4 students forgot their disaster hoods. The teacher got really mad at them. After an announcement, we had to go under our desk and we had to move around while wearing our disaster hoods. It's hard to read what this is saying. I guess to see how they felt or how they feel. How they felt. It's so hot. Did the principal really have to make such a long speech? 3 minutes. Some people even fainted. When we heard the 2 announcements, we went back to class and we ate our emergency rations. There were 2 students unaccounted for, so we split up and searched for them.
どのページから読もう
It's like parts of that were erased with a pencil or like eraser or something. I don't understand why. Today was a memorial service for the 3 children who were murdered. We all sang for Kano, Yoshizawa, Suji. There were lots of mean comments from parents while the principal was speaking. They told him to go to hell, to take responsibility, and stuff like that. But if we told our principal to go to hell, our parents would scold us.
どのページから読もう
It may be best to take this notebook with us. So let's go to 3A. I do want to check the boys' bathroom though. This one's locked too. As you approach the teacher's podium, strange lettering becomes visible on its surface, almost as if it were embossed into it. Bringing back the class logbook you took from the reference room. Bring back the class logbook you took from the reference room. Right this instant. What? There's no telling what's gonna happen next. You understand that, don't you? That's the thing we picked up, the logbook. So where's the reference room at? So we got some darkening now, 18%. Wire, kite string, Mayu's ID, candles, matches. It's locked. Not with a key this time. It seems to be some sort of combination lock, 6 digits, all by appearances.
試しにダイヤルを合わせてみよう。
What? Hold on. They want us to put in a code. Oh my god.
でも、まずこの鍵を開けないと。番号が違うみたいだね。
中を調べるついでにしまっておいてやるか。
律儀だな。もう廃校になっているのに。
そういえば、さっき拾った学級日誌、生徒が進級したらここに保管するんだね。
その日誌に番号でもメモしてあれば助かるんだけどな。
学級日誌をもう一度読んでみるか。どのページから読もう。
Alright, so I gotta look for numbers. Let me see. 7-1. So 8, right?
どのページから読もう。
8-2. 7-1-8-2. 4. I gotta write this down. 7-1-8-2-4. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. 7-1-8-2-4. 3 minutes. Then we heard 2 announcements. So 3-2. 2. 3-2-2.
どのページから読もう。 どのページから読もう。
That's it. 7-1. 1, 2.
試しにダイヤルを合わせてみよう。
7, 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 8, 4. 7. The third number. Three, 2, 2. There we go. That was hopeful, Potato. I didn't have anything to write it down for. I was about to open my phone. Alright, let's save it. Door has been successfully unlocked. Alright, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Oh, it's the library. It looks cleaner than before. The shelf is full of science books for young children, illustrated encyclopedias, biographies, and important people, and other educational materials. A book ending one particular gap on the shelf is a ceramic ornament depicting some kind of demon eating the left arm of a naked, headless figure.
なんだか怖い置物だね。
ああ、気味が悪いな。でもよくできている。
ゴヤの我が子を喰らうサトゥルヌスが題材だと思う。本物は彫刻ではなくて絵だけど。
詳しいな。
森重くんって美術部か何かなの？
いや、演劇部。
へえ、それはすごいね。
何がどうすごいんだよ。バスケ部でも吹奏楽部でもすごいって言うんじゃないのか。
He's so cynical. He's like, you're so fake. You would have said that regardless of what I said. The room fell into an awkward silence after that. I became acutely aware of my poor disposition, though I suppose I've never been very good at social interaction in the first place.
演劇部ってさ、やっぱり稽古とか大変なんでしょ？
舞台装置に衣装に脚本に用意するものがたくさんあるしな。
そういうのは眉がやってるんだ。僕は役者メインっていうか。
へえ、森重くんって背高いしイケメンだから人気あるでしょ？
いや、別に。大切なのは外見よりも演技だし。
将来の進路はやはり演劇学校とか？
できれば留学して本格的に役者の勉強をしたいって思っている。そのために貯金もしているし、語学も。
へえ、すごいね。
ああ、俺たちと同い年なのに今から将来を具体的に考えてるんだな。
評価してくれるのはありがたいが、こいつら本当に俺の話になんか興味があるのか？ 会ったばかりの他人のことに一喜一憂できるなんて理解できないな。それとも俺が淡白すぎるんだろうか。
And he has severe, like, social issues.
そろそろ行かないか。ここにはその置物以外目立つものはなさそうだし。
待って、学級日誌をしまってあげなくっちゃ。
True. We really didn't need the logbook anymore. The Goya statue, on the other hand, was practically calling my name. I reached for it, picked it up, and handed it to Mitsuki. Since she had the biggest bag out of any of us, she looked puzzled, but took it anyway. That's so weird looking, man. Infirmary's locked. So we're just trying to kill time while we're waiting for that camera guy.
妙に暗いな。
それになんだか寒いよ。水が体にまとわりつくような感じがして。
このまま先に進むのは危険かもしれない。
Continuing down this hall may be dangerous. Why'd they stop us here?
ねえ、なんか変じゃない？
確かにもうずいぶん歩いた気がするが、この校舎にこんな長い廊下なんてあったか？
Turn back and save. Uh-oh. I saved before I went over here, so.
絶対変だよ。だってこんなに歩いたらもうとっくに建物の外に。
Oh god.
暗くて角を曲がったのに気づかなかったのかも。
そんなわけないじゃん。こんな狭い廊下だよ。
引き返した方がいいんじゃないか。
そうするか。
So we turned around and saw nothing but an endless corridor vanishing into inky blackness. And it was basically a mirror image of the trek we've been making these past few minutes. Oh no.
嘘でしょ。 な、ろうそくの明かりも見えなくなるくらい遠くへは歩いてないよね。
落ち着け美月。きっとろうそくの火が消えただけだ。
どうせ一本道だ。戻るしかない。
なんでそんなに冷静なの森重くん。私たちもしかしたら。
騒いでも解決しないよ。とにかく戻ってみよう。
森重君の言う通りだぞ。こんな時こそ冷静でいないと。
よかった、戻れた。
まったく。
Was that?
やっぱ落としちゃった。あっちゃー、ちょっと欠けちゃったよ。
She dropped the statue?
まずいかな。
廃校とはいえここの備品だぞ。まずいに決まってるじゃないか。
袋井のクソ真面目はこんな状況でも健在だね。
ちょっと見せてくれないか。
いいけど、どうしたの？
So, I guess it broke.
破損した部分から何か見えている。
I see something inside of it where it broke off.
あ、本当だ。なんだろう。
像の中の骨組みじゃないか。
だけど何か別のものかもよ。
確かめてみよう。
As they say, sometimes the simplest solution really is the best. And if we wanted to see what was inside this thing, there was one surefire method. Break it open. The Goya statue hit the ground with all the force I could muster and shattered into countless pieces. There's a key in there. And there among the wreckage was a key made of copper. It looked old, but since it had been sealed away from the elements, all this time there wasn't a single trace of rust or corrosion on it.
文字が彫ってある。天神小学校。どうやらこの学校の鍵みたいだな。
Somebody's hiding these keys in places and in people's heads and all kind of weird areas. Clearly, this was important. This was an important item to have found. Now aware that Mitsuki's bag was not the safest place of storing things, however, I pocketed it myself. Uh-oh. Alright. Is he here right now?
田口さんは来てないな。まだ1時間経ってないのか。
So this is just the notes from before. Yeah.
さっきの鍵が使えるかもしれないな。
Let's use it. There's some sort of mechanism. Oh no, it's another one of these things.
Lever レバーが動かない。錆びて壊れているのかな。
妙な機械だな。映写機とも違うようだし。
レバーが動かない。錆びて壊れているのかな。
So we can't do anything with it right now.
アルコールランプだ。
Alcohol lamp.
まだ芯もメタノールも残ってるから使えそうだな。
なんか手の跡っていうか、ここについてるの血じゃない？
Small enough that they likely were made by a child or children.
なんだか気持ち悪いよこのランプ。
だけど明かりは多い方がいい。
This wasn't something we could leave behind. It was a real stroke of luck that we stumbled upon something so inherently useful. Yeah, that can light the way. It's alcohol. This guy's dead. He has to be. Like, he has to be dead. He's still not back.
暗いな。明かりをつけないか。
アルコールランプに火をつけてみようか。
Yeah, light it. Of
確
course.
かにろうそくよりアルコールランプの方が明るいし長持ちするだろうな。
はい、マッチ。さっき保健室で拾ったんだ。
As the wick flared up, the whole hallway is bathed in a warm blue glow. And somehow the darkness just seemed to shrink away. Powerless against the unexpectedly capable opponent. And the music just got dramatic.
Amy! 浦部、おい、浦部、しっかりしろ。
She's terrified, her face collapsed on the ground. Was someone both of my companions clearly knew. She wore the same uniform as Yamamoto. Both Fukuro and Yamamoto immediately ran to her side and began attempting to rouse and console her.
よかった、生きてる。
浦部、大丈夫か？どこか怪我は？
他のみんなは？東子や木南くんたちはみんな無事なの
？Frightened out of her mind, the now conscious schoolgirl slapped away Yamamoto's outstretched hand and shot to her feet.
美月どうしたんだ浦部。
落ち着いてエミ、私だよ。美月、ほら袋井も。ダメ、触らないで。早く逃げないとあいつが。
She's terrified. She saw something. She's like, if I have to run, he'll catch me. She's in a daze of fear. She's just stuck. She darted her head around wildly, surveying her surroundings quickly and frantically, like a wide-eyed fawn who sensed a predator closing in. She must have been being chased or something. What on earth could have happened to her? It was as if her own paranoia had completely drowned out the sounds of her friends and classmates to such an extent that she didn't even notice them. She was also shaking a lot more than she would be from the cold rain alone, and her teeth were chattering. Something had truly spooked her.
Amy, 待って。ダメだよ、一人で行動しちゃ。
追いかけよう。
一体彼女は何を見たんだろう。徘徊する殺人鬼とでも接触したのか。俺も追うべきなんだろうが、そこまでする義理もないか。あの二人は一緒に眉を探してくれたから、できるなら力になってやりたいが、向こうもゴタゴタしているみたいだし、巻き込まれるのはごめんだな。
Exactly, of course she runs off again.
俺は俺で眉を探そう。もともと一人の方が性に合ってるんだし。眉の声だ。今度は間違いない。
They really are, yeah. I mean, I understand they're scared. They just let it overwhelm them to the point to where they're not thinking like safe about safety.
眉、どこだ眉。返事をしてくれ。眉。
見て、渡り廊下がある。行ってみよう。向こうにナーナいるかもしれないし。私は武蔵川女子中学校1年6組天戸谷なり。ナーナというのは私の幼なじみのあだ名。小笠原奈々。さっきまで一緒にいたんだけど、廊下を歩いているうちにはぐれてしまった。同行者が一人いるんだけど、この子がまた、実に頼りない。待って、なりちゃん。足疲れた。はあ、これでもう何度目の泣き言だろう。
This was Chiaha Yamase, a fellow member of the drama club, never satisfied, but never willing to do anything about it. Drama fit her to a T. If Nana were with us, I'm pretty sure she'd give in to Chihaya's whining and insist we take a break. But I'm not Nana, and I won't be guilted so easily.
じゃあそこで座ってなよ。
私先行くから。やだ。だって疲れて歩けないんでしょ。歩
けるもん。
And these are little kids, huh? It really was like I was leading a child around. She was so spoiled. I truly felt it wasn't possible for any human being to be more spoiled than Chihaya. But it's not like I could really leave her behind, you know? She'd be dead in no time flat, as hopeless as she was.
危ないじゃん。床濡れてるんだから急に飛びつかないでよ。だって雷。雷なんてここでも外の世界でも珍しくないでしょ。あんた家でも学校でも雷鳴るたびに誰かに抱きついてるわけ？ナーナちゃんがいるときはだいたいナーナちゃんに。私はナーナの代用品か？マリちゃん怒ってる？別に。とにかく行くよ。ナーナ探さなきゃ。あんたも代用品じゃなくて早く本物に抱きつきたいでしょ。否定しないのかよ。こっちの校舎は向こうよりさらにボロいな。
This building seems a lot more run down than the other one.
なんだか頭が痛い。確かに空気が重いっていうか、長居したくない感じだよね。こんなところにナナちゃんいるのかな。
So these are Nana's friends.
探すしかないじゃん。ナーナだってあたしらのこと探してるはずだし、すぐ会えるよ。
They have no idea. Oh, jeez.
すぐってどれくらい？もしかしたらナーナちゃんもう。また始まった。もうそのパターンよしなよ。泣かない。私だって怖いんだから。
I told myself that I was gonna find Nana in this second building. Come hell or high water, failure was not an option.
気持ち悪い。ちょっと、だからって背中押さないでよ。
Chihaya seemed almost as if she was trying to hide behind me from the sight of the severed head, and she wound up pushing me forward in the process. If she didn't want to see it, she could just not look at it. Why does she have to be so grabby? Worse still, she was pushing me right into the shelf, giving me an uncomfortably close view of the head. Yeah, she is. She's like a baby. Yeah. She is in 7th grade. Yeah. Close view of the head, not to mention the things crawling on it.
だから押すなってば。私はあんたの盾か？
Okay. All right. That was sad, right? Because she seems like she is super innocent in this place. The giant hole in the ground. Alright, so we gotta go down because there's nowhere else to go. The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly just for a moment. And in that moment, something became visible. There, glinting in the dim light, sat what appeared to be a component for some sort of electronical device. In contrast with everything else in this school, it seemed like a fairly recent item, a decade old at most, but likely much newer.
なんだと思う？
わからないけど、多分機械のバッテリーとかだと思う。
ふん。誰か携帯ゲーム機でも持ってる人が落としたのかな？
Might as well take it with us, I figured. Though if I gave it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again, somewhere. So I decided to just keep it myself. This one's closed too. So there are 3 groups of students here. Nana's group, Satoshi's group, and Kurosaki's group. With like Fukuroi and Mitsuki. So 3 groups of students that we've played so far. On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. I couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. It was hard to ascertain details in this dim light, but he seemed a bit too big to be a middle schooler. It's Mr. Goto. He wasn't wearing a uniform.
誰だろう？学生じゃないみたいだけど。
It's the teacher that got killed by his students.
死んでるの？
わかんない。大丈夫ですか？怪我してたりとか。
Still no response.
なんか物投げてみようかな。いや、まずいか。
なりちゃん、これそこに落ちてた。
カメラ？あの人のかな？
It was a fairly expensive looking DV camera recorder, and well-worn one at that, with dings and chips all over it. Nonetheless, It looked like it probably still worked. Whoa.
今度は何よ。
前、一体どこにいるんだ。前、さっき俺は確かにお前の声を。
I got a feeling we need to save it. 40 darkening, 40%.
会いたいって言ってたよな。無事なのか、怪我はしてないか、怖くはないか、寂しくはないか。くそ、田口さんは何やってんだ。遅いな。何が情報交換だよ。そんなことしてる暇があったら俺は眉を。くそくそ、なんでこんなことに。眉、他の奴らはどうでもいいから、せめてお前だけは。何見てんだ。
In my agitated state, I kick a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face.
死人の分際でそんなとこに座ってんじゃない。目障りだよ。あ、なんだ、俺がおかしいか。なんだよその目は。バカにしてるのか。
I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around, and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue. A statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless.
何をやってるんだ俺は。頭がどうかしてしまったのか。死体に八つ当たりするなんて。
Yeah, he's crazy, but he really cares about her.
ああ、すまない。よく見たら目を切られてるじゃないか。
You know,
これじゃ何も見えやしないな。
some people, it just takes that one person, right, to keep them sane. And it looks like for him, that's Mayu. So,
どうした、答えられないのかい。数日前なら君も反論できたろうし、俺の方の一発も引っ叩けただろうにね。残念だな。海田アリサさん。冷静になれ。こんなことしても眉は見つからないぞ。第一、この子は何の罪もない被害者じゃないか。いいことを教えてやろうか。君はね、なかなかの美人だけど、これから腐っていくんだ。どんどん腐って、肉がぐちゅぐちゅのスープみたいになって、皮膚がたるんで垂れ下がり、目玉は生卵みたいにこぼれ落ちる。トイレの便器よりもひどい悪臭を振りまきながら、腹渡も 顔も口の中もウジ虫の餌になっちまうんだ。そうなる前に、そうだな、綺麗な君の姿を残しておいてやるよ。
I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kaida. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle, yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face, almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit the shutter button.
いい表情するじゃないか。いい絵になりそうだ。いいね。アンダルシアの犬って映画を知ってるかい？今の君にぴったりだよ。
He really is losing it, yeah.
もう一枚いいかな。ひょっとしたら君は生きてた時よりも今の方が魅力的かもしれない。そんな気がするよ。だってほら、この硬直した方のラインなんか、失礼かもしれないけどエロティックだ。この手首の傷も。
I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertips swallowed up. She'd gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed further in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscle until it struck something smooth and hard.
これだね。このぬめり気と冷たさ、奥に秘めた真の強さ、官能的だよ。
Is this guy getting off on this girl's body right now? Like, is that what's happening? He's like sensual. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat that had heretofore been assaulting my nostrils. He's inhaling her.
ここに閉じ込められて、ろくに髪も洗えなかったろうに。身だしなみを忘れないなんて、けなげだね。
Oh boy. I...
でも、君にはこの刺繍と血の香りの方が似合っている。絶対に。俺は何をやってたんだ。死体の写真なんて。しかしこういう状況ではストレスを溜め込むのは禁物だ。こうして発散させることは悪いことじゃない。
Yeah, seriously. I think that's what it is exactly. Potato. He's also, if you guys notice, it's like he's fighting his conscience plus what he wants to do. Because he's like, no, I shouldn't be doing this. And then 2 seconds later, he does it.
そう、たまたまだ。たまたまここに死体があったから、俺は。
He's battling within his own mind right now.
そういえば、 田口さんが警察に提出するためにここの死体を撮ってるとか言ってたな。
See, now he's trying to rationalize it. Well, maybe I should take the pictures so I can show them to the police later.
とっくに約束の1時間は過ぎてるだろうし、そろそろ田口さんを探してみるか。もしかしたら田口さんが眉を見つけて同行してるかもしれないし、ここにいても始まらない。
I feel like this is who he really is. But certain things were keeping him from acting this way. Especially, like, and Mayu was one of those things. But she's gone now. Like, you don't just turn into this randomly, you know? Because even with Naomi, right? With what she did to Seiko, she wasn't conscious of it. Even with Naho, when she killed her mentor, she wasn't conscious. She wasn't aware of it. This guy is fully aware of what he's doing. Two of them. Both female, both much younger than I. I approached them without making noise or saying a single word to announce myself.
今度は何よ。
Junior high, I guess. Maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much fear-prone than the other, as she wrapped herself around her companion's arms and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this place was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out further down the hall. He was unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi. No way! It's the camera guy?
あの
He's dead?
田口さん、死んでるのか？
That's why he never showed up. I knew it. I knew it. Come on. Was I concerned about him? Did I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever. At that moment, I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure. But this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead?
その人と知り合いなんですか？
いや、別に。
でも今名前言ってましたよね。これその人のだと思うんでどうぞ。
The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. No doubt about it, this was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail. It had no power.
バッテリーが切れてる。使えそうにないな。
バッテリーも落ちてたから拾っておきました。使ってください。
ああ。
何この人。ああだって不愛想すぎ。別にお礼言ってほしいわけじゃないけどさ。
He's so out of it the way he's talking right now.
なれちゃん。平気。どうせ聞こえてないよ。
I placed the battery pack into the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop up. Still fully functional by all appearances.
これで保存してある映像を 確認できる。
Look at that. Now I can check over the footage he's collected.
君たちはここで何してるんだい？
He wants to see the bodies in the videos.
友達を探しているんです。小笠原奈々と桐上ひかりっていう武蔵川女子中学の同級生なんですけど、私は天戸谷なり、この子は山瀬千早って言います。
そうか、中学生か。そっちの小さな君、どことなく持田の妹と似てるよ。
何の話ですか？あなたは高校生ですよね。
俺も人を探してるんだ。鈴本真由っていう子。君たち見なかったかい？
それよりまず名乗るのが礼儀だと思うんですけど。
ああ、すまない。俺は森重作太郎、如月学園の2年だ。それでさっきの話だけど、真由を知らないかい？この写真の子なんだけど。
I flipped open Mayu's student ID to its photo page, almost as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge. But the responses from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance with one another, then shook their heads.
私たちは会ってないみたいです。
そうか、いいんだ。このカメラの中に手がかりがあるかもしれないし。
Yeah, you can tell just by how he sounds. Like so indifferent. I rewound the tape and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately horrifying imagery began displaying on the device. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10 was mostly just camera autofocusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles, so their causes of death could easily be determined. I guess he really was planning on showing this to the police.
何これ？死体ばっか。やだ、私見たくない。
Two nosy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed quite certain how to react.
はあ、へえ、ずいぶん丁寧に撮ってあるんだな。俺がまだ見てない死体がいくつもいくつも。これなんてまるでシーレの絵みたいだ。綺麗だ。だけど惜しいな。田口さんの視点は作業的だ。映像を見る他人の目を意識しているし、死者に遠慮している。俺ならもっと。な
りちゃん。
They're like, let's go. She's like, Nari, let's get out of here.
どうしたんだい？
なんで笑ってるんです？
笑ってる？俺が？
笑ってますよ。嬉しそうに。
He's being cringe again. It's leaking out.
それは変だな。
なりちゃん。
うん。私たちもう行きます。
行く？どこへ？
友達探してる途中なんで。
何をそんなに慌ててるんだい？協力できることがあるかもしれないよ。
いいです。私たちだけで頑張りますから。さよなら。
何を勘違いしたんだか。俺のことを変質者か何かだと思ったのかな。まあいい。誤解を解くのも面倒だ。それになかなか面白い反応だったしな。カメラは置いておこう。これは田口さんの目だ。他人の視線で見てもいまいち感情に訴えてこない。
Hey, Bunny. Yeah, it's great. It's voice acted really well, actually. They nailed it.
俺は俺自身の目で見てもっと触れたい。俺は俺だけのコレクションが欲しい。いや、死者を自分のものにしたいのか。
I think he is aware of himself. He's like constantly fighting these thoughts, but they're apparently, winning.
待て、何を考えている？俺は眉を探してるんだぞ。撮影はただのストレス発散だ。眉を探す前に俺が自暴自棄になっては話にならないから、その防衛策だ。
You see, he's trying to rationalize it. He's like, these are just for stress relief.
そう、眉を探すための手段でしかない。目的と手段を履き違えちゃダメだ。だがもっと見たい。
Yes, I'm streaming on Twitch as well, Bunny. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. So that is him. I thought that was like Mr. Goto or something. It's just the teacher. I mean, I thought it's just the camera guy. Let's save it here. What? What is this? What just happened? feels weird. I think it glitched a little bit. Yeah. It just glitched. There's a big hole in the floor. But who cares about this hole? Taguchi is completely motionless. It's impossible to tell if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
地震またか。
After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here, along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ。
Oh my god. Alright. What happens if I do? Immediate question. Alright. I'm sure you guys are curious too. Like, let's see.
山本さん、袋井くんは？
わからない。さっきまで一緒にいたけど、なんか斧持ってるやつに追いかけられて逃げてるうちに。
そうか。心配だな。
We don't know yet, maybe.
無事だといいが。あ、君も怪我をしているじゃないか。
私は平気。この血は私のじゃないから。それよりやっぱりやばいよこの学校。さっきのやつがきっとここに迷い込んだ人たちを殺してるんだ。
僕はそいつを見てないから何とも言えないな。
私怖いよ。一人じゃ絶対私も。
I think she's running from Kizumi.
よかったら一緒に来るかい？
いいの？
まあ構わないよ。
Yamamoto overcame with relief, suddenly grabbed hold of me.
ちょっと。
ごめんね。森重くんは鈴本さんだっけ？彼女いるんだったね。
You have a girlfriend already? Suzumoto.
そういうんじゃない。なんていうか妹みたいなものだよ。
He says that, but I don't know. You know? He says she's like a little sister.
森重くんみたいなお兄さんがいたら退屈しないだろうな。
She certainly doesn't feel that way about him.
そうかな。どっちかっていうと退屈な人間だと思われることが多いんだけどな。特に同世代からは。暗いな。ん？山本さん？
ちょっと待って。明かりつけるから。
なんだこの廊下。やけに。そうだ。本館でもこんな場所が。
Yep, we're playing the man himself. Mr. I like the snap pictures of bodies.
暗くて寒いね。
なあ、引き返そう。これ以上は危険だと思う。
でももう来た道がないよ。
あ、しまった。そうだ、山本さん。あのアルコールランプを。
あれはなくしちゃった。でもろうそくならあるから。
そんなものじゃ。
あそこに部屋が見えるよ。行ってみよう、森重くん。
待て、危険かもしれないだろ。様子を。
Wait, what? What's happening?
すまない。怪我。
What's with that look? She's what? What's with that face?
平気だよ。
That just gave me chills.
誤解しないでくれよ。俺は、いや、僕は。
それより、少しお話ししない？
何を言って。
私のことは嫌い？しげに。
Oh my god. Right in the ear. She's an imposter. Look what she just called. Is that Mayu? Did Mayu just possess her? Shigny. Shig. Mayu's the only one that calls him that. Shig.
お前。
She did it on purpose.
誰だと思う？しげに。
やめろ。
Don't call me that. I tried to pick myself up off the floor, but she grabbed me tightly by the wrist.
話せ。なんで俺のことを、マユのことを知ってるんだ。
I struggled with all my might, and in the process of I inadvertently slapped Yamamoto, or whoever this was, square in the face.
痛い。女の子に乱暴するの？しげに。
See, that laugh made me think of Sachiko. It is Sach. I knew it. She's so twisted, man. I don't even know how it's possible, but black hairs burst out from Yamamoto's suit, neck spreading across the ground like a black wing, unfurling. Immediately, a musty smell began permeating the air, and I became aware of all the body parts around me. Hands, feet, entrails, and a veritable lake of blood.
お前はいつから。マユをどうした。
There's no way we're not dead after this.
どうしたんだろうね。しげに。しげに。しげに。よく泣くスズメだったよ。
She's mocking Mayu's last words.
今は物静かな。自分の目で確かめるといい。
まさかそんなバカな。
私はお前を見ていたよ。面白い。見込みがあるやつだってね。たまにお前みたいなのがいる。この学校と相性のいい変わり種がね。
何なんだお前は。一体俺をどうするつもりなんだ。
怯えているのかい？無理もない。だけど分かってるよ。
She said, "The thing is, I get you. I understand you, glasses guy. We're one and the same."
お前の恐れの対象は生きた人間の死では
自分自身の死。
Oh. She said you're just afraid of you dying.
話せ。俺は
話してやろうとも。歩いていけ。あの扉へ。校舎が案内してくれる。お前が探しているあの子のところへ。
マユ。
楽しみだね。お前の反応が。つまらなかったらすぐ殺しちゃうからね。
True to her word, the girl let go of my wrist. Her body began sinking into the floor little by little, till there was nothing left of it. It was as if she were lying along the shore, as the tide came in and slowly rose above her body. Or maybe the school just swallowed her up. The only thing that remained of her were Yamamoto's school clothes. And that face mask made from her skin.
これは夢か。それとも俺はもうとっくに頭がおかしくなっているのか。いや、だとしても俺は眉に会わなくてはならない。あいつは生きている。そうに決まっている。眉、今行くぞ。
So we didn't die. Alright, let's see what happens to the other choice. Wrong in 8. Okay, so that's the one we got. Wrong in 8. So this time we don't look.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ。
来ないで。
Look at her, she's different.
どうしたんだ袋井君は。
うるさい。来るなってば。お前もあいつの仲間なんだろ。
She is running from Kizumi. Gotta trust your horror movie knowledge, right?
錯乱してるみたいだな。
It'll keep you safe.
何があったんだ山本さん。
触るな。血が手に血が。お前やっぱりお前も。
What?
誤解だよ。これはさっき死体を調べた時に。
おかしいって思ったんだ。あんなに平気で死体に触って。やっぱりだ。
これじゃ何を言っても無駄だな。
She's completely out of it.
私は騙されない。もう引っかからない。
やかましい女だ。生きている人間はうるさくてかなわないな。人は寡黙な方がいい。山本さんもう行ってしまったのかい。どこか落ち着ける場所へ行こう。 そうだ。またあそこに。そういえば、今日はマユにセビリアの理髪師の録画を頼まれていた。時間までに家へ帰らないと。
Oh no. He's about to have a moment. They played the music. And here I was again. I pressed the button on my phone. And this time, if this time display were accurate, then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show for Mayu.
後でマユに謝らないとな。
I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the room other than the tone of my button presses, and virtually no light other than that which shone from the LCD screen, or so it seemed anyway. And yet this was my rock. In this place, I could be truly relaxed. Here and here alone, I felt at peace. This game's too fancy. It's trying to convey his thoughts. That's why they're using this type of music. This is how he sees this place, you know, fancy, beautiful, and what he's doing. The air was filled with an overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most people vomit, but for me, it was a smell to savor. I'd even describe it as comforting. You take care, Bunny. Perhaps it's because it reminded me that I was in her presence. She who decorated the walls like a flower in full bloom when I sat across from her. I felt more at ease than I possibly could convey in words. It was as if she'd always been here for me, as if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, the door to this infirmary would always open for me, despite its tendency to the contrary. Each time it did, though, I would always be drawn in as if the room were swallowing me up, and my eyes would always happen upon this offering first. This girl upon the wall, slowly drying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me, and never once did I tire of the sight.
ずいぶん集まったな。死体の写真。
I'd begun talking to myself, or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory were stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objects, to arts, and she was the tip of the brush. This man is crazy. This guy is... This guy, dude, I couldn't even. I'm laughing as I'm reading this. This man. Just in astonishment. That's why, you know. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire. I was thrilled to bursting.
これだ
Can you please hit his head? Like, come behind him right now. He's on screen. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto. In life, but in death, she was my property. One of my many pieces of found art. Those spirited eyes, now dulled and clammy, those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating was she now. Sometimes, destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. Yeah, take that, psycho. I think he's in pain now. Good job. And truly, this was the proof.
しかしやっぱり残念だな
Man, he has the anime glasses flick thing going with the foggy, you know? 100% villain mode right now. It was a shame that I could only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within this school. Before returning home with Mayu, I needed to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. It seemed like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. It was often a hard place to call home. But as long as I had you, Mayu, with me, I could endure it. You see, she was keeping him sane. And to that end, this folder was an obstacle, a detriment, a hurdle to be overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it, to put it behind me.
でもまあいいかまだ
You see, his thoughts were saying he should delete it, I should delete it, and now in reality, his voice, he's like, nah, it'll be fine.
帰ってからで
If I do it after I get back. Oh man. Chapter 6 not playable. Wow, we unlocked a lot of testimonies. Tetsuya, Tsubasa, Haruka, Taira. That was a good chapter. I still wish that we found out more of what happened to him, but I like that it went into him more. That's what I was hoping for. To learn more about this guy. Yeah, you were right. So we unlocked Tetsuya. We're gonna watch this one last. This is him. Of his voice actor, yeah, you said that, Tetsuya.
クリアおめでとうございます。袋井正人役菊本平です。コープスパーティー怖いですよね。台本読んだ段階で相当怖かったんですけども、先ほど最終チェックを喫茶店でやってまして、店員さんから変な目でじーっと見られてました。まあだいぶ顔に出てたみたいなんで、その喫茶店にはもうしばらくはいけないかなと思ってます。そんな思いを込めた本作ですが、まだ怖い思いをしたくなったら2度3度と楽しんでもらえたらなと思ってます。ありがとうございました。
You know, a lot of the voice actors, they're like, this script is really creepy when I read it. A lot of them say that, how it scared them when they read the script. Alright, so Tsubasa.
はい、皆さんどうも、黒崎健介役の与永翼です。ねえ、こうやって再度登場させていただけるとは思わなかったのでめっちゃ嬉しいです。何よりも生きてます。生きてる黒崎くんは、噛んじゃった、黒崎くんはいいですね。やっぱりなんかね、こう明るくなりますね。こうね、コープスパーティーの中でこうちょっと太陽のような存在になれたらいいな。また出たいよ。また黒崎を出してください。お願いします。ということで、皆さん最後まで楽しんでください。黒崎健介役の与永翼でした。
Haruka.
皆さんこんにちは。こんばんは。おはようございます。山本美月役の戸松遥です。珍しくホラーゲームに挑戦させていただきました。怖いです、すごく。演じていて自分もなんかこう本当にゾクゾクしてしまう、ガタガタ来てしまう、自分は巻き込まれたくないなとこう思いつつ、そしてこう描写がすごくリアルだったので、私自身すごくハラハラしながら、演じさせていただきましたけれども、個人的にホラーゲームは大好きなので、一ファンとして、楽しくプレイできたらなと思っております。そして、今回ですね、私人生初めてダミーヘッドマイクを使ってですね、声を当てさせていただきまして、すごく、アフレコ楽しかったです。そんな怖いリアルなダミーヘッドマイクを使った様子をですね、皆様ぜひ楽しんでいただければなと思います。どうもありがとうございました。戸松遥でした。
Yeah, they definitely had to prepare themselves for this. They did an excellent job with the voices.
クリアおめでとうございます。袋井正人役菊本平です。コープスパーティー。
I think we saw this one, right? Okay. Yeah. This is the one I want to see right here. Alright, Tetsuya.
クリアおめでとう。作太郎役の柿原哲也です。大変お疲れ様でございました。そうクリアね、とりあえず、皆さん、したということなので、本当にこの怖いシナリオをよくぞ一人で暗い部屋でヘッドフォンを、しながらクリアしたなと、耐えられたなと思います。怖くてシナリオを読みながらも、これ多分プレイされてる方々は一人やるとき怖いんだろうなと思いながらも、なおかつですね、お芝居でできればもっとその怖さを、表現できればなと、思って、全力で今回作太郎、再び演じることをすごい喜びとしながら、演じさせていただきました。コープスパーティー、本当に自分自身も大変ファンなので、 ぜひですねこの作品、次へ次へとまたつなげるようにですね、皆さん何回も何回もこれをプレイして、次回作なんかね、できればね絵が動いちゃったりなんかしたりとかね、そういうのをぜひ目標にして我々も頑張っていきたいなと思いますので、今後ともコープスパーティーを、よろしくお願いしたいなと思います。それでは皆さんまた会う日までお疲れ様でした。
I didn't know he spoke German. Wow, really? One of your favorite actors? What's one of the most popular characters he's done that I would know? Would you say? That was really good. I enjoyed that episode. Let me look him up. Tetsuya. Tetsuya. Oh. Voice acting roles. Yeah, he's done quite a few characters. I'm looking at his roles right now. Natsu from Fairy Tale. The main character from Blue Exorcist. Looks like. Oh, he's done a bunch of things. Wow, it's still going. The list is still going. That was good. So this is the next chapter that we'll do tomorrow. But I think that was a pretty decent episode. You know, like I said, I wish we found out more about him, but we found out a lot. You know, more than we did in the first game about how he thinks about things. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna stop it here for today. Take care, okay? I'll see you next time. It was fun. Thanks for hanging out.
経由